Alrighty guys, second day of card reviews, and it's time to check out a lot of extra neutral cards that just got released. So far the first review didn't get much views, so if that keeps on being the case, I might just stop doing these altogether. Don't want to scare you or anything, I see a few people really do enjoy them, but if the views are really this low, like literally lower than actual frickin' video integrations for other games, well, just doesn't make too much sense to keep on doing them, but let's see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great. Now let's get into the cards.
You are not prepared!
Okay, the first card we have here is an 8-mana 4/12 dragon, Amber Warden. This thing has a taunt and death rattle, summon a random minion from the past. Definitely strikes me as a filler minion right now. I don't think anybody's gonna be running this card straight up in their deck. Getting it randomly out of discovers and whatnot, or random summons on the board would be fine, but I don't think you're actually gonna include this guy in a deck unironically. Summoning a random minion from the past is cool and all, it could be an absolute high roll, it also could be a frickin' 1/1, but to be fair, this thing is a 8-mana 4/12 with taunt and a tag, so it's actually much better than what we used to get back in the day. Like, we had a 9-mana 4/12 back in the day dragon with a taunt, so this is definitely an improvement, and still pretty unplayable to be fair. Next up we have a 7-mana 7/7 dragon, which is Conflux Crasher, and this card has Rewind, Battlecry, deals 7 damage to a random enemy. So basically you get to use this guy as a fireball on a stick. If it doesn't go the way you want, you get to rewind it once and try and do it again. It's not an especially powerful card, I think. It does deal a lot of damage while providing a decent body on the board, but still, I don't think this is gonna be good enough to straight up include unless we get some really good Dragon Tribe decks out there that get some kind of very nice way to discount dragons and whatnot, maybe double Battlecry or something along the lines, but for now it does look a little bit on the iffy side. The 4-mana 4/4 Futuristic Forefather also doesn't strike me as a super amazing card. It has Taunt, Battlecry, look at 3 cards, guess which one is in your opponent's hand to gain +4 health. I mean, a 4-mana 4/8 with taunt, kinda good. I wonder if the cards we're gonna be looking at are gonna be from his deck for real, or from just the class itself and one of them is in his hand. It's not gonna be the hardest thing to figure out what's in the opponent's hand for the most part, so 4-mana 4/8 taunt, kinda good, but again, wouldn't really put this in my deck. This 3-mana 3/12 mech beast Cyborg Patriarch, however, does look very promising. 3-mana 3/12 with taunt, with the low problem that it is gonna be dormant for 3 turns. That's definitely not amazing. Like, you play this guy on turn 2 or 3 and you gotta wait 3 more turns for him to actually come out. I don't know, by turn 5 or 6 you're probably already dead and taunts are not gonna be solving any issues for you. Not to mention the opponent is gonna have 3 turns to actually figure out how they're gonna handle this guy once he comes out. It does look kinda cool, but also a little bit on the whatever side again. This next card, however, really does strike me as something aggro is gonna love to include in most of their decks. It's a 5-mana 5/3 beast, Devious Coyote. It has stealth and it costs 1 less for each time the enemy hero took damage this turn. This for aggro decks is gonna be extremely easy to do for really cheap, and already sitting at 5-mana 5/3, it actually does have somewhat fair stats for the mana, so even if you just chip the opponent's face 1 or 2 times, this thing is gonna be insanely discounted for what it is. Being able to drop a couple of these down for 0 as soon as turn 3 or 4 really ain't no joke, so I do believe this is gonna be a very good inclusion for a lot of aggro decks. The 2-mana 1/1 Dangerous variant, however, really doesn't sound to be a very amazing minion in my book. At the start of your turn, transform into a random 5-cost minion. So what? Like, a Doomsayer barely survives on turn 2 tempo without, let alone this thing. Like, I don't feel this thing is gonna be amazing, not to mention it just transforms into a random 5-cost minion, which a lot of them are battle cries, so getting yourself a random 3/3 or 2/2, not amazing. I don't know, guys. Really feels like so far most of these neutral cards were absolute pack fillers and arena cards. Here we have a 4-mana 6/3 undead, Fading Memory. Death Rattle, get a random 5-cost minion from the past. This one actually does look good. Would be amazing to get it randomly summoned on the board for things like mages and whatnot. It does have okay looking stats as is. It's a 4-mana 6/3, and the Death Rattle, again, could give you something absolute dog water like a 2/2 or something, but also there are plenty of good 5-cost minions with even just getting yourself vanilla 5/6 for free like that, definitely not bad. It does look like a cool card. I'm not sure if it's gonna have room in an actual deck, but it does look like a great thing to be discovering randomly. The 4-mana Hourglass Attendant also does look like a good card you could be including in all sorts of aggro decks, and with this thing, I guess hand buff is not gonna be only for Death Knight anymore, because you could be using this guy for a lot of tribal aggressive tokeny decks. It does have Divine Shield as well, so it is actually gonna be kinda rough for opponents to handle it. At the end of your turn, give all minions in your hand +1, definitely no joke. I am excited to try something with this guy. It's definitely gonna be a staple in some pretty simple, straight to the point decks, I do believe, but we're gonna have to wait a little till that time comes. We also have the Chronicle Keeper, 4-mana 3/6, Battlecry. If you're holding a dragon, gain Taunt and Divine Shield. That's actually pretty insane. Divine Shield and Taunt on a 4-cost minion with this big a stats, pretty decent. So again, him being neutral, definitely we should be seeing some sort of dragon-y deck emerge out of this whole ordeal, and this card would probably be quite the staple in a lot of them. The 3-mana 4/9 mech, Quantum Destabilizer, doesn't look that amazing if we gotta be completely honest. It does have insane stats for the mana, but also taking double damage. It probably could be actually a good card in some aggro decks. Now that I said it, it's like a Mukla, but it does feel like a worse Mukla, doesn't it? So I'm not sure how good this thing is gonna be. It does have quite a lot of health, but technically take it as a 3-mana 4/4-ish. Because if you do damage it with a couple of things, it's gonna be a lot less than 5 health considering. But it does look okay. Definitely not the worst thing to get randomly on the board, but will we run it straight up in a deck? Perhaps. Maybe because it's a mech, but maybe not, because it just has quite the big downside to it. The Temporal Traveler is a 4/1 Death Rattle, summon a 4/1 shadow that attacks a random enemy minion. So it's an okay looking card for removal, but also not that amazing of a card. Like, it's like a Rager with another Rager in it. Not the best, not the worst. Again, could be great discovered or randomly generated, but wouldn't really put it in a deck for now. A couple of more cards left. We have 4-mana 3/4 Pirate, Time Skipper. At the end of each player's turn, give them a coin. This could be huge. Like, you play this on turn 4 and you get a coin instantly, and also the opponent has the choice to leave it, so they also get a coin, or to kill it, denying themselves the coin, but also denying you a coin next turn. It's an interesting card. I do believe some kind of rogue decks are probably gonna get some use out of this, even though for now I do believe we do have better ways to get coins, so I'm not really sure about that, but it does look like an okay card. It also has the pirate deck, so if a pirate rogue again happens, this might not be a bad inclusion in it. And the last card we have for now is the 6-mana 6/6 mech, Time Machine. Taunt, Death Rattle, get a random rewind card. Again, sounds like a pretty filler card to me, guys. Like, honestly, the whole batch of these 13 neutral cards felt mostly fillers. Not very excited about this one, that's for sure. Like, random rewind cards, unless there's quite a few super broken rewind cards from other classes we're gonna be seeing later. I'm not sure this is really all that amazing. So yeah, out of the cards we saw today, my real favorite cards were the Devious Coyote, definitely sounds very promising, the Hourglass Attendant as well, the Chronicle Keeper, and maybe the Time Skipper, but Time Skipper is a little bit on the caveat side. 3 cards out of 13, still not the worst out of the lot, but yeah, all around kind of felt a little bit on the fillery side. So that's about it for day 2 of the cards so far. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you did, I'd really appreciate if you drop likes, comments, and everything in between, so we can actually get a little bit more eyeballs on these videos. Thanks for watching. I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video or stream.